and on Facebook. I'm asking you to share the live far and wide. Share it with all of your Facebook friends. Share it with all of your WhatsApp friends. Just now, I will be going on Twitter. Well, formerly Twitter. It's now X. All right. We all know that we are in the season, and let's get to work. Now, we know that we are in the season of the internal elections of the United National Congress. People have fought for it. I hear Kamala and Monilal and Jillian Jenner, they are saying that they were going to do it anyway and nobody had to fight for it. Okay, they can say that. But we know different. We know better. Now, I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that Kamala is making the UNC into a PNM. I don't know why. I mean, after she correctly been asking and pleading and demanding all at once that Keith Rowley remove Fitzgerald Hines and remove Amo and remove this one and remove that one because they have failed. Because of failure and corruption and stuff like that. At the same time, she is hell-bent on keeping and fully endorsing her failed NATEX. Now, this election, this UNC internal election, is not about Kamala Prasad Bisessa's leadership in terms of her leadership. Position is not up for contestation. It is not up for grabs. Okay? It's about 17 or 18 or so positions that are up for grabs. You have 3 deputy political leaders. You have chairman. You have strategy officer, strategy and policy officer. You have elections officer. You have party organizer. You have international relations and some others, coordinators for the regions and Tobago and stuff like that. So I think it's about 18 altogether, and I think about 17 are up for grabs. Of course, after the election, they would sit down and they would select a general secretary. They would select a PRO. I think they select Women's Arm and whoever. But what is up for contestation now is about 17 positions, minus the political leader position. However, while Kamala's position is not up for grabs, she is leading the slate. Imagine that. While Kamala is supposed to stay out and be neutral, Kamala is leading the slate, ladies and gentlemen. I don't understand why. I don't think it should be that way. I think she should remain neutral, and whosoever wins, she work with them. All right? I had some clips to play, but of course, although I'm not too familiar with the system that I'm working with here, unfortunately, else I would have been able to upload them for myself, but I have to learn it. All right? But trust me, I would organize myself between now. I mean, we have 2 weeks now. We have 2 weeks, to the election day, June 15th. And things will get better. All right? So, while Kamala should be neutral, she now into the mix. She's literally campaigning for the star team. I mean, that was the name of her team when she offered herself I don't think it was time as yet for the leadership. It was just time for the NATEX, and she jumped ahead and she said, okay, I'll go in with all you. And she had a star team partner. That's the same thing they're using, the star team. It's a bit politically immoral for me. It's unfair. But what do you expect from, if I may say, failed politicians? They are failed politicians, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, here it is. I want to tell you, I mean, after the PNM suffered a landslide defeat. PNM suffered a landslide defeat, ladies and gentlemen, to the PDP in 2021. The defeat was 14-1. Watson Duke, well, he's out of it now. They just off. This man threw away and blew a tremendous political opportunity and fortune that he had in front of him. He and Fali, something wrong with them brothers and them. Anyhow, after the PNM suffered this defeat, man, a 14-1, the PDP literally wiped out the PNM after over 20 years, after over 2 decades in office, you know. The PNM with all since Orville London days, Patrick Manning and Orville London days, the PNM running the THA. And in 2021, the PDP come and mash them up. Rowley and them in a mess. You won't believe, ladies and gentlemen. You will not believe. 2 years later, in 2023, when Rowley in a mess, he now lost Tobago, he doing all kind of shoppiness. We have a local elections. Kamala jumping with Gary. They're together. And that is another story. But she jumping with Gary to fight Rowley. You know the loss. And then only loss, you know. Well, the loss. Let's say the draw. How could it be that the draw? What are you really saying? The loss. But let me say the draw. Okay? You know the commanders say they win. My point is, ladies and gentlemen, if after Rowley and they suffered such a tremendous defeat 2 years prior, in 2021, you're telling me in 2023, the UNC, this Kamala, who say the party ready, and Jolene said the party ready, and there's the best political party and the best opposition. Oh Lord God, Father have mercy, I will come to that. The best opposition in the country and in the region. They are what Munilal saying, eh? You know, they come and they suffer the defeat to the PNM in 2023. Yes, I say it's a defeat. It is not knowing. They saying it's a win, I saying it's a defeat. And I'll tell you why it's a defeat. Because they were supposed to beat the PNM. If you're supposed to beat somebody in a boxing match, in a football game, if Argentina playing a team and everybody expecting Argentina to beat our team because the team is at their weakest, like we say England is at its weakest, and Argentina and England come and draw, what you will say? Argentina is at such strength. Because do you remember UNC said there's the strongest thing right now and there's the best thing right now, no? So they are the best thing. And PNM is at its weakest. But they come and they draw. That is not a good result for Argentina. It is not a good result for UNC. But yet they take and win. You want to take win? You want to fool yourself? You go right ahead and take win and fool yourself. But the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, is and UNC supporters and UNC members must realize this, that Kamala's approval rating is very, very low, and it has been very low for many years. It ain't now getting low, you know. Kamala's approval rating has been dipping since 2015. And if you don't want to say accept since 2015, that is you. But her approval rating is very low. It has been consistently low, and ladies and gentlemen, it is getting even lower. It is getting lower. The proof is in the pudding. The proof of the pudding is in its eating. Look at right there in the last local election, 14th of August 2023. The voter turnout was 30.34%, 30.3%. Ladies and gentlemen, PNM is at its worst. Crime sky high. People, the food prices up. Fuel prices up. The cost of living up. Sky high, ladies and gentlemen. Crime. Terrible roads. Unemployment. No investment in foreign investment in the country. The health system is not better. It is average. Young people are frustrated. They are highly qualified. No jobs for them. The education system is in a mess. PNM is at its worst, ladies and gentlemen. But yet, all you could muster, you get less votes in 2023 that you got in 2019 local election. You got less votes. In the local election in 2022, I think you got something like about 202,000 votes. In 2019, with you and Gary, you must get about 190. You must get 170 something, and Gary must get some kind of 16,000. So they get about 190 together, and we know that all them votes what Gary get is really UNC votes, because Gary brought nothing to the table. But that is another story. We go deal with that another time. So even if you put together your votes and Gary votes, it's about 190, but you got 202 in the local election in 2019, so you even fall short of about 12,000. Kamala's approval rating is low. People do not want Keith Rowley and Hines and Stuart Young and Camille Robinson Regis and Reginald Amon and Imbert and Dial Singh and them. The electorate don't want them. But the electorate also doesn't want Kamala. The electorate also doesn't want Munilal. It doesn't want Jolene Chan. It doesn't want Barry Padarat. It doesn't want Khadija Amin. It doesn't want David Lee. So while the electorate doesn't want Keith Rowley and Hines and all of them, Stuart Young and all of them, the electorate also doesn't want Kamala, Munilal, Jolene John, David Lee, Khadija Amin, and Barry Padarat and them. And UNC supporters, UNC members, especially those of us who are eligible to go out and vote in this internal election on June 15th. I'm speaking to you now. You must realize that. You need to share this live. Let this live reach as many UNC members as possible. Share it all with your WhatsApp and your all the platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, because UNC members who are eligible to vote must understand that Kamala's approval rating is very, very low, and it is getting lower. The last local election is proof of that. You hear it all the time. You see it. And while you need to understand that UNC member, UNC voter, that in spite of the population, the society is rejecting and has outright rejected, if I may say so, Keith Rowley, and they don't want no Pata Hines and them, and Camille and all of them. They also don't want no Pata Monilal. They want no part of David Lee and Padarat and Amin and them. These people are too compromised. They are compromised. I am not saying so. I am not attacking UNC. It's out there. Do not shoot the messenger. All I am saying is the population is fed up of simply voting out a political party and not caring about what is going to replace it. The population is fed up of that. And Kamala and her current star team NATEX, they're unattractive. They're unattractive at the moment. As a matter of fact, they are very ugly. And I mean no disrespect. Their political attractiveness has waned. It's dull. There is no shine on them anymore, politically. We know about Barry Padarat. Before the general election, it had a whole set of bacchanal about him and some kind of, it's alleged, some kind of money with his mother and contract, and he can't come for this and that and this and that. We know about David Lee. It's in the news. I am not breaking any news. I'm simply reminding you, hey, here what happening. Don't feel. The PNM are the people to vote for them, you know? And the UNC are people to vote for them. We have people to vote for us too. We have a base. The PNM has its base. But the election, by and large, is determined by people who look at the options available and say, I rather go this way and I rather go that way. And let me tell you something. UNC member, don't for 1 second think this internal election is a light internal election. No, my friend. It is not. It is not a light. It's not to be taken lightly. What you need to understand is that this election, this internal election, has serious consequences. Very, very serious consequences. This is about really the future government of Trinidad and Tobago. This is about 2025. Don't you for 1 second believe that Keith Rowley and his PNM machine is going to sit down What you feel them all them are this big war chest. They're missing 3 point something billion the auditor. That in the PNM war chest. That's to spread money like water. Well, I can't say water, not in Trinidad, like breeze, like air in Trinidad and Tobago come 2025. They're going to do everything to gain 3 consecutive terms. And if it's one thing we in the UNC at least agree on, whether you're on star, if you want to support Kamala and the star team and you not of the view that you cannot take 5 more years of the PNM, Keith Rowley and the PNM, then something wrong with you. Because I telling you, I cannot imagine 5 more years of the PNM. Not only it will be 15 consecutive years, that we wouldn't be in government, and the country will be in a mess, But ladies and gentlemen, just imagine 5 more years of Hines, 5 more years of Rowley, 5 more years of Camille, 5 more years of Imbert, 5 more years of Dial Singh and Al-Rawi and Reginald Amor, 5 more years of the Chief Justice, 5 more years of Erla, 5 more years of these people. Ladies and gentlemen, you UNC supporter, UNC member, talking to you. This is what this internal election is all about. Because Rowley sitting down on that war chest and allowing Kamala and know you to walk on walls into the corridors of power. He's going to fight and he's going to fight. And we have to have a strong team to fight him. You have to fight him too. You have to have a strong team. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, the current NATEX of the United National Congress is not a strong team. Ladies and gentlemen, if this current NATEX was a strong team, why? You tell me why. In 10 years' time, in the past 10 years, there was no major victory. No major political victory. You lost 2 general elections. All these people who they're putting up again for the star team, they were there. They were there and they are still there. Where's the victory? 10 years. And PNM is at its weakest. There is need for a change. UNC supporter, UNC member, UNC voter, listen to Garth Christopher. I do not have one deceitful or bad bone in my body for the UNC. I love the UNC. I love the UNC because of people like Basdio Pandey and these great warriors and leaders. Ramesh Lawrence Maraj. These men fought and they made tremendous changes to our country. Their legislative agenda was second to none, literally. UNC member, we belong to a great movement, a great political party, the United National Congress. Even Kamala Persad-Bissessar, you know I love Kamala Persad-Bissessar. I don't love her as much as I did, but I still love her. You remember, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Garth Christopher, who gave Kamala Persad-Bissessar the name Mother of the Nation. You all are calling her that now, and you all can't remember who gave her that name. It is I. It is I who gave Kamala Prasad Bisesa the name, the mother of the nation. And you know that. Many of you are calling her that now. And that is cool. She deserves it. But sometimes our mothers tend to go wrong, and she is going wrong at the moment. I love her. Still. You understand? But ladies and gentlemen, the amount of love we have for Kamala is not going to get us into government. Is the team around Kamala needs to change and be able to strengthen her. Jolene Jenner, they are no good. They are no good. And, you know, they want to call Parry and the United Patriots, they want to call them PNM people and stuff. I mean, how could they do that? How could they do that? And why would they want to do a thing like that? It makes no sense. Because Anil Roberts was a PNM. So if Anil Roberts is a senator now, a UNC senator, a UNC spokesman, he was one of the masters of ceremony and the he chaired along with a lady the launch of the SAT. Is a PNM. Anil Roberts was a PNM. He was an advisor to Roger Boynes, who was the Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs in the year 2000 and 2001 and these kind of times, man, between 2000 and 2007. What you talking about? How could they be talking about Parry and their PNM? Who in this country wasn't a PNM? The Kamala was a NAR. Kamala fought against the UNC, against Basdio Pandey in 1991 election. She fought for the NAR. And nobody calls Kamala a NAR now. It is not about that. Stop trying to shift the narrative. That is not, you know, they just want to fool and hoodwink and bamboozle the members of the UNC. Members of the UNC, don't allow them to do that. Be very clear on what has taken place. Be clear on what this is about. This election is about we cannot afford to spend 5 more years in opposition. That is what it is about. And this current NATEX is taking you nowhere except back into opposition. Because Kamala's approval rating is low and it is dipping, and Moonilal and they're not helping her with their behavior and all the alleged matters before the court. They are not helping her. David Lee and they are not helping her. David Lee's on $1 million bail. Jolene Jenner's name is calling. It is alleged in some land thing. Ravi Ratiram. Some internal investigation during the PP government reign. An internal investigation. They had an internal investigation. And some kind of finding about human trafficking and stuff. Look, Vandana Mohit and all of that. Look, Kadisha Amin the other day. These are people on the star team. Barry Padarat, I was telling you. Glenn Rami was fired, I believe. I think it is alleged. I think he was fired by TSTT for some kind of questionable stuff like that. And they are on the team. What you doing? You can't be on the one hand beating the PNM and saying this one corrupt, that one corrupt. It is alleged and you ain't supposed to send up this one if it is alleged and if they are caught matter and but yet you doing the same thing. People fed up of that. So you want to call everybody PNM. Parry is a PNM, Anita is a PNM, Rambali is a PNM, Taklal Singh is a PNM. This one is a PNM. Not Glenn Ram, sorry. I said Glenn Ram, I apologize. Arnold Ram. My apologies to Glenn Ram. The Ram. You know, Arnold Ram. Some kind of a TSTT business and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Let's be sober-minded. How you could watch Rambali and call him a PNM and Anita Haynes and Taklal Singh and these people and Victor Roberts' daughter and all of them. You call them PNM. You call Victor Roberts and them PNM and everybody who decide to say they call me and all of PNM. Imagine that. They call me a PNM. Garth Christopher a PNM. Ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Kamala trolls has been calling me PNM when they are posing my viewpoints and my posts. They call me PNM and I said, Jesus Christ, what kind of judgment these people have? No, ladies and gentlemen. No, my fellow UNC member. This is not how it should be done. Okay? Jolene John. You want to know who is PNM? Jolene John works, or she worked for Manning. Manning hired Jolene John to be managing director of the HDC. That's a political appointment. Manning did that. Jolene John is known to be I don't want to say puppet. It may sound disrespectful, but an operative, an agent, an asset of the 1%. Jolene John is an operative, is an agent, is an asset of the 1%. The Syrians in this country. She's a black Syrian. And the Syrians are PNM people. You know that. I know that. But then when Jolene John and Kamala and them come and say Pari and Taklal Singh and Anita and them is PNM, all they believe, hey, they're trying to sidetrack you, hey, they're trying to thief your candy from you, hey, they're trying to thief your thing from you. They're thieving your head. Don't study them. Don't study them. It makes no sense. There are more PNM on their side. Way more PNM. You go watch. I hear Kamala talking about the star team that support she. The star team that support she. And she policies. Kamala, you need to stay out of this race now because you're really not making sense. You're saying things for the star team to get blows. How could you say the star team? But she started off by saying, you know, this election, you know, you can't have a leader of which, you know, of whom I am the leader and a NATEX that is not supporting the leader. Kamala, that is not true. And Kamala went on to say about the star team supporting her policy of stand your ground law. And the PNM, she's trying to link the PNM with the United Patriots, Perry and Anita and Taklal Singh and them. So she say, and the PNM and the other team, she's trying to link PNM and them, and the other team do support standing ground law. That is not true, Kamala. Don't say stuff like that. You are lying. You are lying, Kamala, to your members. You need to stop it. If you're talking about if you're the election campaign team that you or supervisor or overseer that you appoint, send out a memo and say, hey, we are a clean campaign. A clean campaign, Kamala, not only speaks to the issue of no mudslinging and saying this and say, it also speaks to the issue of not lying. Anytime you're lying, it's a dirty campaign, Kamala, and you are lying, it's a dirty campaign. Do not say that Pare and Rambali and Anita Haynes and Kyle Taklal Singh and Rodney Charles and Rai Ragbir and they do not support stand your ground law. They may have a different perspective as to how it should be constructed, But don't say they don't support it. Kamala she went even further to say, when I was in government, I started a massive road paving program. And when we come back, we go continue with it. And the STAR team and the PNM don't support that. That is not true, Kamala. You see Rodney Charles and them standing up with placard, fighting for the road. You see Rambali as an MP standing up with placard, fighting for road. You see Anita Haynes. You see Parry. Parry is a man say he don't like protests and certain things certain way. Certain kind of protests. But even Parry stand up with placard and helping the people and then protest for road. So how could you say that they are not interested and they are not for paving the roads and for water? Kamala, that is a lie. You are breaking the rules of even your own appointed election observer team, internal election observer team, so to speak. You're even going against your own law. You appoint them and you're breaking the law. They say a clean campaign. Lying is a dirty campaign. Anita Haynes and them, I see Anita the other day take out a picture, I think, with Marvin Gonzalez. It's a booster station. You see Parry and them with that. The amount of letters these people write. Looking for water. How could you say, Kamala, that they're not interested in supporting that? Come on. Okay, you need to stop it, Kamala. You need to stop it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need some fresh blood. We need some fresh blood in the UNC. We need, this NATEX is not politically attractive. It is ugly. It is very compromised. It was unable to lead our party into any major victory in 10 years. We need people like Anita Haynes. Look, education. She's big on education. Very, very big on education. She's good. And some of the policies that Kamala has in her manifesto, Anita was part of that, of writing that. How could you appointed Anita to be the education point person in the Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago? You made Anita Haynes an MP. She was a senator, and you say, Anita, girl, you're good, you're young and you're vibrant, and you're untainted and you're good. Come, I will make you an MP. And I want you to be the voice of the people and the voice of the party for education. And Kamala, you were Minister of Education, so you know good people, and you put Anita there to do that. But yet now she's a PNM and she's no good simply because she agrees with Russian Parry and Rodney Charles and Rambali and Rai that, you know what, hey, we are facing 2025. Let's have a general, let's have an internal election, consolidate the party, put the best minds in place, the best people in place, so that we can be united and go forward really strong. But those mischief makers, Barry and Khadijah and Anol Ram and Rati Raman, they know they don't stand a chance in terms of when it comes to really solid and new and fresh blood and people with track record. What kind of track record they have? They have terrible track record. They do not have positive track record. Look at a man like Kyle Taklal Singh. How on earth could Kamala have left out Kyle Taklal Singh from the Senate or from the lower house or the upper house? Senate, the upper house, the lower house, make him an MP or some kind of a thing. How could you not have done that? This guy has a track record. We know recently, about 2 days ago, a day or two ago, some foreigner, a Canadian, was charged with sedition. Of course, we're not going to get into the meat of the matter. We're not going to talk about it because the matter is sub judice. But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Taklal Singh was among a team of lawyers led by the Honorable Senior Counsel Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj. They carried a sedition matter straight up to the Privy Council. Straight up to the Privy Council, they carried it. And Kyle Taklal Singh was among them. Ramesh Maharaj even gave the young lawyer a red bag, which has great significance in the law profession. For a senior counsel to give a junior a red bag, it's signs of, hey, you are coming and you are doing really good. I have great expectations of you. You are great, very promising. I mean, Kyle was part of that. And the whole idea with this whole thing about sedition is what it says, and this is a case that Kyle was part of fighting. What it says is that now the law is clarified to say that only if there is violence in your speech, you can be guilty of sedition. Before it was not clear, but it is clear now. And it's a landmark piece of law and legislation now and clarification of the sedition law. So Kyle is a champion of free speech. So while you're talking about Jolene John talking about record and who ready and who ready and who ain't ready, you tell me Kyle not ready, you tell me Anita Haynes not ready. They are ready. Fresh blood, new blood, young leaders. You need to put them in. You can't leave them out. Who you can leave them out for Barry? Huh? And Anil Ram and Ravi Rati Ram and come on. And Vandana Mohit. Oh, come on, Kamala. Stop it. And you, UNC member, you must acknowledge this. You must see it for what it is. I hear Jolene John saying, yes, they could keep the we go keep we head up in the stars, up in the sky and look at the stars, and we go leave them, let them look on the ground. Jeez, Jolene John, you're going very low. The ground is where it is one. And yes, Kyle Taklal Singh is a man who keeps his eyes on the ground. Rodney Charles, Pare, Rambali, they keep their eyes on the ground. Look at the amount of work Pare has done in his constituency. Pare, I telling you, Pare is a man could get the award for the best and hardest working member of parliament. Rushton Pare, I telling you, Otto Mayaro, no, it's not Otto Mayaro anymore. Mayaro has the best MP. I fed up seeing him on papers. Is because he meet some foreigners to bring something to his constituency. Is because he help somebody dig a well to get water. He help open a dam. Some business in all the activities. Is sports, is cricket, is football, is beauty contest, is education, is book drive, is Christmas treat, is Easter treat. Jesus Christ, Parry is a hard working fella. He's fully involved. Is walkathon, is race, is all kind of thing. Well, don't talk business. Don't talk business. Parry has a high business acumen and ability when it comes to trade and industry and economics and stuff like that. And he is big And the man is a businessman in technology and engineering. You tell me Parry not ready? Parry is underground, Jolene. Taklal Singh and they are underground. I tell you, Kyle Taklal Singh, I love this brother. You know why? I's a grown man. I love protest. I love to get things done. And Kyle and these fellas, Kyle is a man who went to the courthouse with Victor Roberts. Julian and John and them never do that. Never do nothing for no poor people in that way. They must give people a handout. But Kyle and they seeking the rights of people. How could you leave out fellas like them? How could you leave out Kyle and them? And you imagine it had a vacancy in the Senate and you know who Kamala put? Joel D'Souza. And leave out Kyle Taklal Singh. Joel D'Souza. And the first thing Joel D'Souza do is go on the people's social media and say, look, Kamala making sure transgender and all kind of people have a say in the country and all kind of. I think she write Oprah and all of them. Well, I think he, she, it, whatever. Write Oprah and all of them and say that because Kamala put it in the Senate. It's a neuter gender. Sorry, no offense against the community. But ladies and gentlemen, look at Kyle and them. Kyle is a man with landmark law and legislation. You know, police used to dance here when you write them and ask them and send them a letter that tell them that I'm going to protest or you want to have a march. Sometimes they didn't respond and they didn't answer and they tell you no, it's not that again. Young, vibrant, red bag attorney Kyle Taklal Singh went to the court. And the law is now that police can't dance you when you write them that they answer you promptly. That they answer you. They can't point away and say, I ain't see it and I see it late. And you can't get, no, it's different now. Who did that? Look how much lawyers in the UNC. Which one of them did that? Kyle Taklal Singh did that. And you're saying he not ready? What do you mean he not ready? You are Saddam Hussein in your parliament, in the lower house, as the shadow legal affairs and minister and attorney general and them kind of thing and them. Kyle Taklal Singh, he ain't ready. How come he ain't ready? I'm not comparing him and Saddam and putting them. I like Saddam and they too. He's bright and stuff. You know, Jayanti Lach Media, they are bright people and stuff. I like them. But I like Kyle more because Kyle is a man, has done his work. He's ready, fully ready. He's ripe. I say he's ripe. I say he's fully ready. He has the track record, of national service. We can protest. Police can't dance us and say, I ain't see the letter. No, it's there. You have to respond. He's a man on the ground. They cannot delay or deny permission for marches. He fights for the man on the ground. So yes, Julian John, you keep your head up in the stars, in the sky looking for the stars. Kyle and Rambali and Charles and Parry and Anita Haynes and Rai and Victor Roberts' daughter. You know what Victor Roberts' daughter? Of course, Victor Roberts is a man on the ground. His daughter, she nearly bust them up in Laramie or what you call it? Labre, some one of them places up there. She nearly bust them up. 900 and something votes I think she got. She brought it very, very close. Her father coached her. And there are others. I'm not familiar with Jazzy. I think Jazzy is the coordinator for for someone of the, I think is the Middle East, not the Middle East, oh God, the East-West coordinator or something like that. Look, Jazzy's a man was right there. He gone and I think he tie close result. These are people on the ground. These are people who know what's taking place. These are the people of the United Patriots. And I'm asking you UNC members, those of us who are eligible to vote, come out and vote. Ask your children to come and vote. Listen to me, they are the ones who are going to benefit. We going down. They are the ones who are going to benefit. Anytime you do not put the United Patriots into the NATEX, let them form the NATEX. And let me say, don't pick and choose. I mean, even if you're picking and choosing, I mean, the members of the United Patriots, I mean, what you would pick out, what would you leave out there? Who would you leave out there and pick from the start team? Vote the slate. Vote the entire slate. When you compare both slates, compare them. I will compare them, but I'd hire somebody. I'd get somebody to be able to operate the system for me while I concentrate on just delivering, my thoughts and my ideas. Okay? So, I have clips and I have all sorts of documents to show you. All right? And remember I said that I have to, I want to make here the debate center. It is going to happen today. I messaged Dr. Rudal Munilal, and he said that he is up to the debate, but he first has to clear it with his team, and I cool with that. So I am expecting a positive result. I mean, that's a lion of our approach. So I don't expect him to go to them and they say, nah, don't go there. Don't go on no platform at Garth Christopher. There is no question I could ask Dr. Munilal, an experienced politician like him, that he will be unable to answer. And I am not into the bullying thing, and I catch you this. We're having a discussion. And most likely, who would be the person who will be debating Dr. Munilal is the honorable leader of the team called United Patriots, Rushton Parry. So you're going to look forward to that. Let's try to push that. Let's try to make that happen. Those of you who can help me to make it happen. All right? Let's have that debate. I'm looking at either next week Tuesday, please God, or next week Thursday, please God. Those are the 2 days that I give to Dr. Munilal. All right? And most likely, I know Mr. Parry would be willing, and we will see the outcome of that. All right? So I want to stop it. I want to stop the stream there for tonight. I want to thank you very much for joining me. There are a whole lot of stuff I have to say. I can't say everything one time. I mean, I could say so much more, but I know I don't want to take too long. All right, so I want to thank you very much, and happy Indian Arrival Day, and I'll see you maybe Sunday, please God. All right, let's see how it goes. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
No Borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No Borders. Exceed the existing limits. Now here is your host, Garth Christopher.